as Esther and Barbara were coming through the airport in San Diego, they came to the security check, and it seemed to be all blocked up. It was a small one, but it was still not moving. They were in the flyby lane at Southwest, and so they just sort of sailed by a lot of people. But then they came to the place, and the man took Barbara's and let her through, and then went like this to Esther. And Esther said, "Oh no, you have to let me go with her, because she has to help me with my stuff." Because Esther has 14 things in her carry-on bag that all have to be taken out and inspected carefully because they are dangerous things. Then Barbara said to him, "Oh, please let me go without her." And Esther said, "Oh, please don't let her go without me." And the man began to laugh, and he let Esther through. And then looked at the people behind Esther and went like, "My hands are tied. These are powerful women." And now they are in the line that is not moving because, as the man told them, there was an eagle eye on the security camera and she was checking for everything. And Esther thought, "Oh, that's wonderful." But then Esther had taken everything out of her bag, and so there was no worry about it. And so they went through, and Esther was really proud of herself because she had packed so carefully and unpacked so carefully. And so she sailed right through. But then Barbara's bag had to go back for a check because there was a bottle of water in it. And Esther is laughing because Barbara is the one who is counseling her on how to fly. And she has a bottle of water, a forbidden bottle of water. Because everyone knows how dangerous water can be. And so Esther is laughing because Barbara has been caught with her water. And Barbara is laughing because Barbara has been caught with her water. And the man offers to let them step outside and drink it as if it mattered. You can go back and start again if this water matters to you. And now they're all laughing. And then he takes her bag back through, runs it through again. And when he came back with the bag, Barbara is sitting at a table, putting her shoes on. And the man walked to another table. And Barbara said, "Wrong table." And he said, "No, you're at the wrong table." And Barbara said, "No, you're at the wrong table." And he said, "No, you're at the wrong table." And then he went to the table where Barbara was, and now they're all laughing. And then he took the bag back through, ran it through again, and told her he needed to check it one more time. And both Barbara and Esther looked at him in surprise and amazement, and he said, "Gotcha." And as they moved on through, they couldn't stop laughing, and Esther couldn't stop noticing the amazing fun that they had had at a place that is usually no fun at all. In other words, that's a manifestation. It's a manifestation. What you're living in any moment is a manifestation. Manifestations surrounding you. The people you meet, manifestations. The way they play with you or not, manifestations. The way you feel as you move through your day, manifestations. Your life is unfolding, manifestation, 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 manifestation. And it keeps moving. Have you noticed? There it went again, there it went again, there it went again, there it went again, there it went again. So you have constant personal control over the manifestation of your moment. And what trips you up often is you're looking long term where you have not enough power or not enough clarity, and letting the future, to which you have not enough answers right now readily available to you, concern you, where if you would just be present in the moment and be aware of the manifestation that's happening now and adjust your vibration accordingly. In other words, that little bit of fun got more fun started and more fun started, and now they come to a place where there are two seats but not together. And what's sitting in the seat that is between the seats is a magazine and a cell phone. And so Esther is thinking, well, I'll sit on this side of the magazine and the cell phone, and Barbara can sit on the other side of the magazine and the cell phone. But Barbara is thinking, that's ridiculous. I'm going to move the magazine and the cell phone. So she did what Esther thought was a forbidden thing. She touched someone else's things and moved it to another seat and explained to the man who had told them that someone had been sitting there, well, now he sits here. And then a great, big, gruff-looking man comes walking across from Starbucks, and Esther thinks, I'm going to the bathroom. I don't want any part of this. And as he comes to his telephone, which has clearly been moved, Barbara said, we moved you. And he said, you were so gentle, I didn't even feel it. And Esther began to realize that now the momentum of fun was started. There was no ending to what the day was going to provide. In other words, you just can't get into a place where you're feeling good, where you're loving the people of your planet, where the people who want to play with you are coming to you. You just can't get on that sort of vibrational roll without acknowledging these are manifestations. And what we want to call your attention to is that the most significant manifestation of all. Have you been listening to us for a while? Some of you have for a very long while. And have you heard us say, yes, you've heard us say on endless occasions, because we say it every time we get together with you. We say it several times every opportunity we have. Everything that everyone wants or ever has wanted or ever will want is because they believe they will feel better in the having of it. They believe they will have a good feeling emotional response in the receiving of this other thing that they think they want. And what we want to convince you of is that what you want is the emotion. What you want is the good feeling. The other stuff's just the justification that you give for having it. In other words, I want prosperity because I will feel better, and I want a lover because I will feel better, and I want this because I will feel better. I want everything that I want because I believe I will feel better in the having of it, and I believe I will not feel good in the absence of it. But it is the emotion that is the primary manifestation. Hear that. Your emotion is your primary manifestation. And if you can hear that, if you can leave with that today, if you can know it in the way we know it, then you will have control of the only manifestation that matters, which is the way you feel. And when you get control of that one, you've got control of every other manifestation. You've got control of financial manifestations, of physical manifestations, of relationship manifestations, of worldwide manifestations, of weather manifestations. You have control of every other manifestation if you deal with the only manifestation that matters, which is, how am I manifesting in this moment? Which means, oh, hear this. It's the first time we've said it this well. Oh, we forgot. No, we didn't forget. How much of me am I allowing to manifest here and now? How much of me is playing with you now? How much of me are you getting? Are you getting the pinched off version because I'm choosing something that bothered me last night and that I worried about? Am I choosing something that only allows a little bit of the manifestation of me to be here so you get the raw, ragged edged, Henri-toed version of me? Is that the manifestation that you're getting of me? Or are you getting the full-blown, tuned in, tapped in, turned on, source energy manifestation of me? That's the manifestation. You are the creator of you. You are the creator of you in your moment, you in your conversations, you with the security guard, you with the strangers, you with your friends, you with your lovers. You are the creator of you. You are the creator of you. You are the creator of your manifestations, moment by moment by moment by moment by moment, and you've got control of that. So something happens that gets your attention, and because it has your attention, and it doesn't have the attention of your source. Did you get that? If you feel negative emotion, it means it's got your attention, just not the intention, not the attention or intention of the larger part of you. In other words, when you're feeling afraid, or when you're feeling angry, when you're feeling blameful, you're out there on the raw and ragged edge without the resources of your source, because you are depriving yourself of the full integration or blending of all of that because of the vibrational attitude of whatever it is that you're focused upon. That's what negative emotion always means. So when you get it, that you have control of what you give your attention to, then you know that you can set yourself up for wonderful moments after wonderful moments after wonderful moments. There's no reason for you to dip. But if you believe that your happiness is dependent upon controlling some circumstances that you can't control, so you let the unpleasant circumstances be the reason for your focus, just because you are letting unpleasant circumstances be the reason for your focus doesn't mean that the source within you is letting it, we started to say, is dumb enough, but that would be unkind, to let it be the subject of their focus. In other words, when you focus on something that doesn't feel good, it means you've focused yourself apart or away from in resistance to who you really are. And that, in fact, is the sum total, complete, entire reason for any negative emotion that you feel. You think it's because of the subject of your focus. You think that's why you feel bad. If that would change, I will feel better. That isn't true at all. The reason that you feel bad is because you're using something as your excuse to not allow yourself the blending that must be there in order to feel good. So the primary manifestation that you must look for, if you care about the way you feel, and we know you do, is the manifestation of your orientation with your inner being. In other words, your inner being is who you are. So here's how it works. You were source energy before you came into this physical body. And a part of you came into this personality that you know as you, but the larger part of you remains non-physically focused. It's a fact. Accept it. So here you are, exploring life experience, knowing what you don't want, knowing what you do want, and coming to constant conclusions about what would be better. So you shoot off these vibrational rockets of desire, whether you ever say, I want that, or I would like that, or I prefer that. And of course you say that a lot. But even when you don't say it, your preferences are duly noted by source energy, because that expanding preference moves into what we are calling your vortex of creation. It's just a vibrational version that is the predecessor to all of your wonderful manifestations. And the source within you, who holds no resistance, who understands everything that you want, becomes the vibrational equivalent of it in the moment that you give birth to it. That's why we say step 1 is you sift and sort and ask, and step 2 is source answers. Source literally becomes what you are asking for. But there's another step, and it's really the basis of the body of work that we have been doing with you through these years. And that is, you must find a way to become a vibrational match to not just what you're asking for, but to who you have become because of what life has caused you to ask for. You can't become it vibrationally and not go without feeling bad. So every bit of negative emotion that you have, every bit of it, whether it's negative emotion or whether it's a manifestation that is negative, that is even bigger than the emotion itself, everything that you would call unwanted experience, from emotion right out to whatever the manifestation is always the same thing. It is an expansion that you have not yet completely allowed yourself to experience fully. And when you get that, and when you understand further that all you're reaching for in terms of manifestation, have we won you over with our clever knowledge that the manifestation that you want really is the emotion? So someone said to us one day, Abraham, my body hurts me. How can I feel good when I am in pain? And we said, because you have to separate the physical manifestation from the emotional manifestation. We said you have to separate what has manifested so far from what's in the vortex. You have to separate the emotion from what you are calling reality, because there's another vibrational reality that you have not fully embraced. And when you do, your emotion will be one of ease. We knew that she could leave her fear behind this red hot minute, while it was unlikely that she would leave her physical discomfort behind this red hot minute. So we were saying to her, you have a choice. You can have pain in your body and feel hopeful or knowing, or you can have pain in your body and feel fear. But let the manifestation that you're reaching for be the improvement of fear to hope rather than in the improvement of pain to no pain. Can you hear that? Because you can't control pain to no pain fast enough, but you can control fear to hope fast enough. You can control that. And when you get that, you've got it all. When you get that, now you are the vibrational, deliberate creator that you were born to be.